Howdy y'all, this is Twitchonium here, and today I'm coming at y'all with another March of the Machine draft. Go ahead and pop on in and see what we open up in Pack 1. Here we are in Pack 1, Pick 1. We have opened up Invasion of Ixalan. Not the biggest bomb, but it's a pretty solid little 2-drop, you know? Look for through the top 5 cards and find the best permanent, put it in your hand. Seems fine. Anything we'd rather have? Stoke the Flames is pretty sweet. The Hermit's been pretty good. Especially on like a board stall, it just turns one of your other creatures into a 5/5, which is nice. But I think I'm going to take the Invasion here. If we get any other kind of crazy bombs, it'll be nice to have a way to do this in green. And if we get to flip it, a 4/3 that can get indestructible is just with trample, pretty solid. So, not a bomb, but a very nice first pick there. Sadly, nothing super exciting to follow it up with here. We could just take the Escort. It is fine with, Invasion. Again, not crazy exciting, but solid playable. Best cards in the pack? Maybe like Eyes of Gitaxias and the Fearless Scald. But I don't really want to put myself into a second color this early if I don't have to. And this will really look like we're cutting off green to our neighbors, so I think we'll just pick up the Escort here. Well, now I am tempted to pick up a second color because neither of these green cards are extremely great, and there's excellent black and white options in this pack. Because there's a Dina here, I'm tempted to take one of these black removal spells and hope we wheel the on-color rare if we do end up in black-green. Well, not rare, but legend, rather. And I think I like the Convoke spell better than the Vanquish. Alright. Again, we've got some options here. We've got Stoke the Flames, Gift of Completion, Volcanic Spite, Shatter the Source, all pretty great. It's also, again, Jury here for the same kind of thing as, what's her name? The one we just passed. Already blanking. We could get this on the wheel, though, if nobody's in the colors, so I'm going to take the Stoke the Flames over the Spite, just because this can go anywhere, even if it's a little harder to cast. And maybe we can either be black-green or black-red. Both could be great. Or who knows, maybe we just play all three. Do some more spicy multicolor shenanigans. But some powerful options for these three especially. The Escort's a little take or leave it. If you have a good target for it, it can be nice to have access to that effect, but otherwise it's just a 3/3 that potentially gives you something from your graveyard. If you don't have any creatures in your graveyard, it's really bad. But we were cutting green pretty well there, so yeah, we should get some green options on the rest of this one. Do I want the Moloch or the Kavu? I guess the Moloch is one cheaper than the Kavu. Maybe we even wheel the Kavu. Although this does kind of put us more heavily into the green. And we might still want to try to be red-black, but I think we're still seeing green. We may as well keep picking it up here. Yeah. Well. Eldraine, not the most exciting of invasions. I think I like the Thespian here, really. Just keep picking up the green cards. It's a nice 2-drop. Gets you a lot of value. Kind of like a 2-mana 3/1 that draws a card. Sometimes it's even better than that if you need to get like lands off the top and they can put both, the top 2 onto the graveyard. Nothing exciting in any colors except this guy in black, I guess. If we were in the Convoke colors, Storm Sculptor would be pretty sweet, but go ahead and pick up the Agent here. Still not sure if we're going to be black or red as our second color. I think what we see on the wheel here is probably going to help us decide. I like the look of our curve so far. We've definitely been skewing towards the cheaper side of things, which is always good. I really dig this Collective Nightmare. Convoke on a removal spell is just so sweet. I guess the same thing's true of Stoke the Flames, it's just a little harder to cast. All of these are a little far off. I guess we'll take the Heal Slasher in case we do end up in red. Yeah, grab another Thespian. If every one of my 2-drops is a Wary Thespian, I am a happy camper. And nothing really great either way here. Already have them all. Let's take Inga. No, let's take the Javelineer just in case we need a red filler creature. Okay, well, we wheeled the Dina, whose name I could not remember earlier, so that's kind of cool. Don't really have any, like, super crazy life gain synergies or anything, but we might incidentally pick up a little bit, and you never know. Worst case, she's a 1-3 that is a sack outlet for things that care about that. Dreadship's the best card here. So, looking like green-black is going to be our way, but maybe we can splash some red. I guess it's worth keeping the consideration open. None of these really worth splashing. And Stoke the Flames double red is going to be hard to splash. Okay, what do we have in this pack? We've got Repurposing, Hermit, another Thespian, or the Jungle Hollow. Don't think the Duelist is powerful enough to try and splash a 2-drop. This is tough. I'd like both of these, really. I think I'm going to take the removal spell first here. Not a very exciting pack. We can take a Freewheeler to kind of fill that same 4-drop slot that the guy we just passed filled. So it's a fine card. It's not very exciting, but definitely playable. Well, Invasion of Olgrotha is one I've been a pretty big fan of. Just a removal spell that gains some life for our life gain synergies like Dina. If you ever flip it, it's another flyer that can get bigger and become a threat. Yeah, definitely happy to get that one. I think the Fan is actually the best thing I'd like to wheel out of this pack. Maybe a Doombringer, just because of the life synergies. I think right now we're not splashing red. Yeah, we'll just do Olgrotha. Curve's still looking on the cheaper end, so we can definitely pick up some extra, more expensive plays if they come around. Haven't gotten lucky on the rare side of things here. Well, I jinxed it in a good way, apparently. So Ozolith is a pretty cool 2-drop. Not like an actual creature itself, but you know, once you've got this out, if you can get this out early, then you can just start putting 2 counters on all your creatures each turn, which is nice. And any other counters we get go up in value. Well, now I kind of want to splash blue. Oh man, a Rix with these is just, I mean, it starts off and it's just a land that taps for 2, but becoming a 12/12 is nasty. Probably supposed to just take the on-color uncommon here. That's pretty great, especially since it's got counter synergies for our Ozolith. But there's some excellent blue splash options here that are worth considering if we see a way to splash come around like that. But I don't think we can take that over another Wary Thespian or a failed conversion here. I feel like green's less, or is more open. Like, we're seeing more green than black, so I'm going to actually pick up the removal spell here and hope we wheel one of the green cards. No? Or we can just snag some nice green removal itself. Definitely going to do that for now. Let's take another look at our curve here. Anything we would not want to play. Invasion can hit the Ozolith, which is kind of cool. No, I like all of our 2-drops. Nightmare's great. Moloch's a maybe. If we get a better 3-drop, I'm open to cutting that. Vatkeeper's great. Freewheeler as well is one that I'm open to cutting. I mean, it's definitely an impactful card if you can flip it, but otherwise it's really just a 3/3 menace. Well, speaking of counters, Ickershade is one I've had do some crazy things against me. Nothing else really for us in the pack anyways. So I guess I would cut these if I was gonna cut some, and those are all fine playables, if not above average playables, so. But this is where these are the cards I'm excited to have in the deck. Interesting, and we get a Hermit and a Thespian. I think I'd rather have the 4-drop now, since we've got a number of good 2-drops. Would I rather have the awkward combat trick / ramp card or the cheaper one? Because of the +1 counter synergies with the Ozolith, I think I'm actually going to take the Fertilid's favor. Well, and now I'm glad I did, because we still get a fan anyways. We might play a Herd Beast. Could definitely use some beef on the top end here. Favor I'm not excited about, though. Herd Beast is fine. That's one that I won't just cut right now. At least it can become a pretty sizable threat. Well, Forager might be worth a splash if we get a really nice reason to do so. And another good top-end card here. A little tough to cast, but I guess if we do run a Fertilid's favor, that makes it a little easier. Alright, what do we get in this last pack? Well, Galta might be worth trying to splash. Is there anything else in this pack for us? Not really anyways. Like, we're taking another Ickershade over Galta? No. Unfortunately, not a color we have a great way to splash yet, but I haven't been able to draft Galta yet, and that just seems like a lot of fun. Wow, Urabrask as well. Any ways to splash? None of the cyclers. Guess we take the pest here. Not necessarily a splash, but a way we can potentially dig a little further in our deck towards some lands. Man, our color's just drying up here in this pack. Might play a Seed of Hope in this deck, since we're going to be trying to hit things like Galta Aura Planes specifically. And it has cheeky life synergies with Dina for a little extra drain. Oh man. I feel like Herbology Instructor is definitely what our deck wants, but we might just need to take the Intercessor here as another pseudo-white source. It's also just a Jungle Hollow, which would be great. But yeah, we're going to take the Cycler here. Well, if we're going for the white splash. I think I'd rather have a 3-drop with more sub-synergies of life gain. I could see cutting this Crusher now that we got a Galta doing a similar thing in the deck. Intercessor's going to be a 2-drop most of the time. I don't really want to play the Seed of Hope. Well, another Vat Keeper's pretty great. Although, I think I need to pick up the Surveyor here. Just because I'm trying to do the white splash. Between a Surveyor, an Intercessor, a Pest, a Fertilid's Favor, gives us a couple of ways to splash. Red just seemed pretty open in this draft too. At least the removal dude. Not so much other stuff. I guess we take another Moloch. Or another 2-drop. We're already not running the Moloch that I did draft, so... Could use one more card. Maybe like another 3 or 4-drop would be probably good. Well, there's that other 3-drop we were looking for. And there's still one more Vat Keeper that could potentially wheel here too, which would be pretty nice. And none of these could be green-white or black-white. I think I'm still taking that. No, we'll take a random 3-drop. Just in case. But this is a deck so far right here. Anything else we take just needs to improve on one of those cards. So another removal spell instead of what? Maybe like an Etched Familiar? Seems fine. We are pretty low on removal. We've got 1, 2, 3. I guess we're not. 4, 5, 6. And a combat trick in the Battle Fan. I guess we could cut the Battle Fan, actually, if we find something better here. That's probably the next cut. Well, wield the land. That's pretty nice. Anything to help out with the mana here, since I'm intent on trying to splash a double white pipped card. I mean, if we get to cast Galta with any other creatures on board, it's pretty great. So, could be fun. Maybe we do cut this for a Seed of Hope, just for another way to chug through the deck a little bit. But I guess if we mill our white sources, though, that's really bad. Huh, that might be running. Worth running, rather. Let's see, we get to add one more card back in. Probably needs to be something like 4-drop here. Either 2 or 4, I think, is where I'm feeling like we're missing a little bit. So let's see, what do we have in 2 or 4? Could run the Fan. Revelation, I guess, is an option. The Freewheeler is probably worth consideration again here. Or maybe the Escort. No, I like the Freewheeler. It fits in a better slot for us here. And, I mean, it wants us to run 4 planes, which I guess we probably are supposed to if there's double white here. Let's run 3. See if we can get away with that, and then put one more forest in. Since we got so many green 2-drops, we just really want to hit. It's going to be close, but I think we can get there with this. We've got 1, 2 and a half, no wait, sorry, 3.5 ways to pull an island out of the deck, outside of just naturally drawing it, so yeah. And we don't want to play Galta or Mavern until later in the game anyways, so go ahead and put them as the leaders for us here, and I'll see y'all in the first round. Here we are in round number 1. We are on the draw with an interesting start. Could get the 2 white for Galta, but we don't have any green. No creatures, just removal. This one needs a creature. I think we're supposed to mulligan this. Yeah, this is much better. We can ditch the repurposing for now. Kind of stinks because we almost had a playable Galta hand if only we'd had just one more color in there. I think we're going to start with the Thespian over the Agent, depending on what they play here. I think I'm still on the Thespian first, just set up our draws. Another Vat Keeper. Yeah, I'm okay playing 2 of those in a row. Probably try and get our Ichor Shade down first so we can start swinging in and putting counters on that. Ooh, that's a nice play from them, but thankfully our Thespian blocks that pretty well. Go ahead and drop the Ichor Shade and then swing on in. Be happy if they want to trade something off. Yeah, now we can just start dropping 5 power and toughness on the board each turn. Even if it's a little delayed. I guess it's actually, if we can use the transform ability, it'll be even more. Oof, that's a little rough. We're going to take 8 here. Storm the Seed Core is a piece that we didn't end up getting. I think we do this. Make a thing. Swing with this guy. Cool. Hope they don't have a Convoke spell of their own. So we took down one of the 4/4s. We are going to eat another 4 here, but I think it's worth it. I don't know that I want this guy here. I guess he can bring back the other thing. Probably need to play the Death Toucher to threaten trades with this guy next. Yeah, let's do this first. These colors don't matter. And we'll just hang tight. Alright, so I think we attack here first, see if they block. I'm guessing they won't. And then we drop another 3/3. Aw, milled the Ozolith, but... and a Plains. That's a little rough. Yeah, we milled some pretty good stuff. I guess we milled some pretty great stuff for them too, so... And we really do need to hit one more land. Oh, I guess 2 more lands, actually. 1 more for this, though. So we'll go ahead and activate first. Oh, can't pay it that way. Do they have removal? Sure looks that way. Okay, fair enough. I'm gonna swing in with my 1/1. And now our shade is big enough to start attacking in as well. No, let's not actually lose the life right now. Counterspell? Ah, Moloch, nice. Okay, Corruption of Tawashi's pretty great. Not that scary on their current board state, but long term that can get a lot of card draw value. Alright, that'll be the last land we need to cast our Intercessor. Then we can exile whatever they play. If they flip this thing, we can just exile that. Alright, looks good. Hopefully no counterspell here. Guess we just swing all. They're forced to block the 2 best, I think. Yeah, they can make one good trade here, but it's not the worst. Yeah, and they go to 1. We get another counter. I think we're in good shape. I mean, there's plenty of crazy haymakers that could turn the tides for them right now, but it's not one of them, thankfully. What else do they have? I guess Converter Beast, maybe they can get 2 creatures out. 3, 4. No. Yeah, Batkeeper's the only way. And I think that's going to put them 1 shy. Or 2 shy when we flip our token over. And that's going to do it. Nice. Nice long drawn out game, back and forth. Pretty close there, but some good stuff from the deck. See y'all in the next round. Here we are in game number 2. We are on the play with a little bit of a slow hand, but I'm going to go ahead and keep it. If we can draw towards it, we've got a huge haymaker that can swing the game in our favor, that's for sure. Alright, I think I'm going to ditch the conversion. No, Cosmic Hunger, actually. This can help us surveil into some better plays, so no reason to ditch that yet. 2, 3. Actually, yeah, if they want to trade their Huntmaster into this, I'm fine with that. And then next turn we can kill that with the conversion. Or pay 5 to flip our token into a 4/4 as well. I guess we could flip this guy too, and then this guy's a 5/5. That might be worth doing. Hit him for 10. Ooh, gives their Phyrexian's Menace. Nice. Alright. No reason not to do the thing, I'm pretty sure here. If they've got a counter spell or something, that's fine too. Just gonna sacrifice. Right on. I do want the white. I don't know that I want the Herd Beast. And we'll swing with both. If we can happen to top deck planes into either another planes or one of our ways to get another planes, then we're right on the Galta train there. Oh, and we can spend this turn using the mana to flip the thing for 4. I think I just swing with all. If they want to make trades and stuff, that's fine. They can double block 1. Or just trade off with the Vat Keeper. It's not really like a critical part of our deck strategy, it's just a nice value play. Okay. I'm guessing they have a trick for the Butcher. Ah, they have a trick for both, in fact. So, Galta definitely looking worse on this board state now. But I mean, still a 12/12 with Trample that if they can't immediately deal with is a huge problem. But they did a good job of clearing us out there. Ooh. Unfortunately, not a great answer to what they just played either. But if they replay the Butcher, that will be a nice option. Alright, I'm going to just go ahead and fire this off at this guy. They're going to get a big old lifelink swing here, unfortunately. But we need to draw anything but a forest, really. We'll see if we can do this one. We're just going to keep eating 5 if we just keep top decking lands that aren't plains. Well, there we go. Let's make them have the removal. And they have got it, so we'll go ahead and concede on out and get into the next round. I'll see y'all there. Welcome to the next round. We are on the play with a pretty nice little starting hand here. We've got a good curve out going. If we can draw into one of our 4-drops, we don't have too many, but if we can do that, that would be pretty sweet. Even another 3-drop or, yeah, 2-drop would be good. Might even play the Ozolith before the Vat Keeper now. Ooh, another Vat Keeper. We have the land draw, yeah. Dropping these back to back seems pretty sweet too. I do think we want the Ozolith out first before we start dropping these guys. And we will trade if they want to. That's a good good card there. Maybe still worth this. Well, let's see if they trade into it first. I doubt they do. Yeah. +1/+1 in vigilance. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do it now. We'll just keep trading 3 back and forth for a minute here. Ooh, the double strike synergy with Quende. Now they're winning the trade a little bit. And now we'll start playing defense a little bit. We can start putting 2 counters on each creature during each of our turns. Unfortunate that. I think we gotta block 6 here. We can't just take 10. Another land? Yeah, that's fine to kill off the Quende probably. Or do we flip this and play another creature? Yeah, we can't take damage from both. Oh, this is tough. I think 2 3/3s is the best we can do here. Quende ripping our board to shreds. Thalia also tearing us apart here. Why does she have double strike? Oh, they played this knight. I was going to say, Thalia is not a knight. Oh yeah, we're just dead either way. Dang. Okay, so the crazy aggressive knight curve out just blew us apart there. Man. We did stumble a little bit on our mana there, but I don't think even if we had drawn it, that would have made much of a difference. Crazy. See you all in the next round. Here we are in game number 4. We are on the play with another little bit slower hand, but I think we're supposed to keep it. Sadly, it looks like our draft may go without getting to actually cast Galta, which is a bit sad. No, I guess we did get to cast it once, just immediately was removed, unfortunately. I just want to get to swing with my big old dinosaur. Alright, opponent immediately destroying our rare. It's about right for how this draft has gone. They just have the exact right answer at the exact right turn for the maximum value swing. Well, now we've got both of our planes, so guessing we'll get hit for 4 here. Yep. Gonna get to flip their Belenon pretty quick, unfortunately. Although that's a pretty good draw for us. Guess we swing with this guy first and see if they want to trade it off now. Okay, so if they trade there, we get a counter here. We can do this on this guy and still do our incubator token. That seems fine. And I think we'll hold this up, actually, for now. Yeah, that might be a better target. We'll see. Ah, that one might be the target, actually. No, I think it needs to be the flyer, because they can just automatically get the hit in with the flyer. We'll play the biggest thing we can. They're definitely going to get through here, but if they want to spend their whole turn trying to flip tokens and swing at the invasion, that's probably okay. We do need to get rid of the Norn's Inquisitor, though. Go ahead and do that now. Yep, they get one good trigger off of it. Alright, an Invasion of Segovia. That's a pretty sweet thing there. I think for now this turn we'll flip the big guy, and then next turn we'll play the little one. Not sure how we get through on this board, really. Like what our win con out is, other than drawing Galta, of course. Yikes, okay. Well then. Guessing this is going to be their send-all at the invasion's turn. They've got a bunch to pick from, and all three of these are excellent. Bellinon's the scariest right now, because it'll just buff this wide board they've got. Alright, so if they're swinging this way, they're going to get the thing, so let's just take out the best stuff we can. The Vigilance dude, a 1-1, and a 2-2. They didn't spread out their threats, so they just get the big flyer here, which is scary, but we removed their board a bit, so not as scary as it could be. I think we swing like this. Get the damage in while they're a little bit of afraid to do it. Ooh, a Vigilant 2-2. It's going to be hard for them to cast 2 spells going forward since they have no hand, but yeah, now all their stuff's got +1/+1, which is really bad for us. I think we're just gonna keep on playing creatures and take 10 in the air. We need to top deck, I guess, Galta still. That way we can make a ton of little life linking dudes and get back in this. All right, they're taking their time here to send all this damage at the battles, which, okay. I was gonna say made sense earlier, but hitting us for 11 seems worth it. Yeah, and we're going to top deck into yet more lands. Unfortunate. And then we lose again. Sad days. Yeah. Rough. I mean, maybe they block poorly there, but I'm going to give it to them. They have me dead on board. So, didn't get there on this this Galta splash. I don't think it was the splash that really did us in, though. I mean, A couple of times we had the mana to cast it if we drew it and just didn't. We got to cast it once. Opponents just had the right answers. We never drew our Skittering Surveyor or our Pest. We drew the Fertilid's Favor one time. So like our ways to get the white sources, we just didn't really hit those either. We hit the Host once. What else did we not hit a lot of? I guess that's pretty much it. We didn't hit Dina once. Invasion, I don't think we even drew it. Ozlith got blown up the one time, immediately the one time we got to play it on curve. Yeah, just had some cool stuff in the deck. Just everybody had answers exactly when we were able to get the cool stuff out. Sometimes that's how these games go. I appreciate you all coming along on this draft ride with me here today, though, and I will see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.